My name is Mayosha. I'm with The New Face. You can find us at wearethenewface.com. And I'm just gonna jump right in. One answer: Khalid al-Mansour. Khalid al-Mansour is the attorney to Prince Al-Waleed bin Ta'al. Prince Al-Waleed is the prince of Saudi Arabia. Back in 2008, we were introduced to Khalid al-Mansour through Percy Sutton.
I was introduced to him by a friend who was raising money for him. The friend's name is Dr. Khalid al-Mansour from Texas. He is the principal advisor to one of the world's richest men.
Okay, since he's a little long-winded, I'll let you watch the rest of that on your own time. I am just going to play it.
The Jews don't want anyone to know what really happened. But there's a book that you must read called The 13th Tribe. It was written by a very famous Jewish historian and scholar by the name of Arthur Koestler. And he described a number of letters written between the black or the Sephardic Jews living in Spain and those in Russia who were living in the land of Khazan, of the tribes of the Ashkenaz. That's why when you ask Jews today, do you know what this word Ashkenaz means? They say, yes, that means European. It's a word that relates to our history, the Ashkenaz Jews. But when you read the Bible, the tribe of the Ashkenaz came from Japheth, the Gentile tribe. It's not from Shem. Read the 6th chapter of Genesis, when the Bible described each of the sons of Noah. The Ashkenaz were Japheth, who had no inheritance biologically from Abraham. When God said to Abraham, I'm going to bless you and your seed, it didn't include Japheth.
Now here's a little bit more on Khalid al-Mansour.
We know that the Christians have a slight problem. They start at a slight disadvantage. They have some advantages, they have some disadvantages. The Muslims have some advantages, the Muslims have some disadvantages. The communists have some advantages, and the communists have some disadvantages. Some of the disadvantages of the Christians is that the church fathers were the architects of apartheid. This was not the case in China. It was not the case even in America. The church participated in discrimination. The church participated in segregation. But in South Africa, the church designed it.
I discovered an article written by Vernon Jarrett. Vernon Jarrett was a Chicago Tribune columnist back in the 70s, and he's actually the father-in-law to Valerie Jarrett. Valerie Jarrett is the senior advisor to President Obama. Now, in his article titled, Will Arabs Back Ties to Blacks with Cash?, he goes on to explain a little bit more about Khalid al-Mansour's defense of the OPEC case and how he managed to get it dismissed on behalf of the Saudi king. But then he goes into more detail and he talks about how Khalid al-Mansour proposed for Arab nations to get more involved with black minorities here in the United States that share mutual interests. I'm going to read a little bit about what's in here. It says, Al-Mansour for several years has urged the rich Arab kingdoms to cultivate stronger ties to America's blacks by supporting black businesses, black colleges, and giving financial help to disadvantaged students. Saudi Arabia's billionaire Prince Al-Waleed bin Ta'al has pledged his entire $32 billion fortune to charitable projects over the coming years. The prince said in a statement that the philanthropic pledge will help build bridges to foster cultural understanding, develop communities, empower women, enable youth, provide vital disaster relief, and create a more tolerant and accepting world. Now, if you look at the two articles side to side, they're echoing the same sentiment. Al-Waleed is now complying with the urging in the original article of 1979 article, where Khalid al-Mansour insisted Arab nations should support minority businesses and colleges and efforts here in the United States. Now you see it in action. It's sad to say that we have a president that doesn't quite share our interests, but rather will only support the interests of those who share his ideology. So if you take more time to actually listen to a lot of what Khalid al-Mansour is talking about, you'll get a better sense of who President Obama is. Though they are two distinctly different individuals, one helped to cultivate the other.